Okay, perfect. We should be live. Let me check this out. Yep, we're good to go. Hey, KFC man, just saw you over on Let's Reads Discord, chilling over there. Let's see. Da. Ducky boy, welcome. Good to see you. Leslie, what are you doing up so late? How do you pronounce that? Is it, I want to say it looks like there. Oh, baby. Emily, yo, Mr. Haunted with a 2 says, it's late. Go to bed right now. All right, that's it, guys. Time to go to bed. Good night. Thank you for the 2, though. Just end the stream immediately. All right, good night. Judith, how you doing tonight? Garbage Human says, hey, working the graveyard shift tonight, sending love. Dude, I respect everybody that does graveyard shift. I did graveyard for so many years. And, man, it destroys you. Look at those big balls coming up on the screen there for Mr. Haunted. He's got the big baller notification going right there. Wonder if I should make another animation for, like, when someone... Maybe when they subscribe, I'll make something fun for that. Art, how you doing today? RA, always welcome. I'm gonna put the timer here for 10 minutes. So we got 10 minutes on the clock. Before we get into some stories, I have a absolute shit ton of stories to read. So that will be very fun. I think in total I have about 33 pages of stories. So we're going to try to get to as many of them as we can. And we'll go from there. It's already 1 a.m. here, so super late stream. I know you guys love these late streams. I know everyone from across the pond and overseas enjoy them because for them it's like midday. Happy birthday, Jensen. It's not my birthday. Why is it? It's not my goddamn birthday. That's the ongoing meme now. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, bro. I almost forgot. Holy shit. I wonder, I need to see if I can adjust my stream so that way there's no delay. Like Mr. Haunted, whenever you stream, there's no delay between you talking and chat. It's almost simultaneous. With me, there's like a 20-second delay, I want to say, about that. So usually I read chat, when I listen back to the stream, it's not as, I don't know. Mr. Haunted, when you stream, do you use OBS? Or do you stream directly from YouTube? I don't know. 10 a.m. for me. Okay. Wait, if it's 10 a.m. there, you must be in... Where can you be in 10 a.m.? Holy shit. I got no idea. I thought it was like 4 nights ago. Your birthday. Oh, man. My ankle's super itchy. Manson isn't scary. I lived with him. Wait, did you really live with Manson? That's fucking awesome. Holy shit. I stream from YouTube. Okay. That explains it. I need to see, because OBS it's cool, but it's so slow. The Netherlands. Alright, that makes more sense. Months. Okay. Also, my I told you guys I cut my leg with a box cutter. It's healing up pretty good. Just itches now around it, but it's looking a lot better. So, not completely closed up, but it's not bleeding or anything. Looks really good. Let's go, Sweet Cheeks. I just saw that. I lived with him for 3 months after 7 months of touring. That is insane. I bet that was an intense 3 months. I can't even imagine. Yeah, I started listening to Manson probably around the age of 8. You know, that was so long ago. I remember being, man, I don't know, like elementary school and listening to The Dope Show and all those songs. And, you know, I really enjoyed that music and just a lot of music. I have such a broad genre that I listen to. 95 Sunking says, do you know Mr. Nightmare? Not personally. I mean, I've watched his videos. And honestly, I don't really watch his videos that often. He's just, you know, I have certain narrators that I enjoy. And his voice is pretty much like mine, but just more, I guess, a little more raspy in a sense. What the hell is on my phone? Did I crack it? I think I cracked the glass on the outside. What is that? You hear that? I don't know. I have plexiglass on the outside of my phone, but it, that's interesting. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's weird. Daddy, what are you doing, stepdaddy? I'm his favorite narrator. Mr. Haunted is my favorite narrator. Yeah, Mr. Haunted. I listen to Mr. Haunted, to Southern Cannibal, Let's Read. Swamp Dweller I go to when I want to listen to like some cryptid shit. I'll listen to his videos. Being Scared's one of my up there. Bad Vibe Storytelling's really good. The Dark Somniac's also really, really good. He adds like a lot of sound effects and it just really kind of captivates you. Sometimes when I dream, I'm aware I'm dreaming and it's kind of scary. How about you guys? Yeah, yeah, it's happened to me. Actually happened to me this morning. I had woken up and I decided to go back to bed immediately, but I knew I was dreaming and I can still hear stuff in like the real world, but in my dreams, like my daughter had her tablet playing, but I could hear it. And it was really scary. What's your favorite horror topic? Anything political. I'm obsessing over Black Mirror. I have been binging it. Yeah, Black Mirror is great. Great show, great writing, everything about it. Hamlet, yeah, that happens to me too. But I sort of like it. Dark Somnium. Yeah, look him up. He's a really cool narrator. I don't even know how many subs he has. Let me see. He's got 255,000 with over 684 videos. So definitely a lot of content to sink your teeth into. Unfortunately, his videos, not all of them are like an hour long. I know a lot of you guys enjoy those long videos like I do, but you know, 10-minute, 20-minute video here and there. Likes, how are you doing tonight? Shut up. Halloween Prodigy, you're also an insomniac. My favorite stories are pizza delivery stories. Those are really good ones. There's McDonald's ones that I really like. The third shift stories are great. Like, you know, working graveyard, things like that. Those are great. Jensen, why don't I get a lot of views? Well, I don't know. I don't get a lot of views either. Halloween Prodigy. Look at your channel real quick. And I'll kind of see what we're working with here. See, I got 100 subscribers. That's good. That's kind of that milestone you want to get into. I'm going to look at videos you've posted in the last... Let's see here. So 3 days, 1 month. Looks like last month you put a couple videos, and then 2 months ago. And I would say maybe just work on your thumbnails a little bit. If you can make the text a little bigger, because it's kind of hard to see. So I see 5 creepy home invasion stories. It's just the size. Yeah, I'd fill your left side of your screen with that text, and then have something captivating on the right hand side. But never have text on the right hand side or towards the bottom right, because your timestamp covers that part. But you can have something that kind of goes over there. So, just play around with Photoshop for a little bit, or what other, editing programs you can use. There's a lot of them out there. Joseph Rodriguez says, Jensen, Mr. Haunted, Bad Vibes, Slumber Reads. Slumber is a really good one too. Southern Cannibal, and the teen narrators. I don't know what the teen narrators are. Crap shot me. How are you, Jensen? I'm doing good. Doing as good as you can do, I suppose. Skinwalker stories are my favorite, but sometimes people don't survive the encounters, so they're hard to come by. That's true. Like the one I read the other day, it was told through the dude's dad's perspective, where his brother had died from a skinwalker. So it's really interesting on that end. But they're really hard to come across, or at least the ones that are true. I don't, sometimes I read them, I'm like, man, this is obviously fake. I've only had one and woke up as soon as I realized I was streaming. Jennifer, how are you doing today? Or night? Tinder story is really good. Thanks for the advice, bro. Yeah, no problem. I found another horror narrator by the name of Scare With Me Stories. And he was Scare With Me. I never heard of them. There's so many of those. I'm the youngest known narrator in the horror community. Yeah, Mr. Haunted, you are really young. How old are you now? 19, I think, or 18? Mr. Haunted's super young. And supple. Can you say Foreskin Walker in the Chills voice?
I can't believe it. It's actually a foreskin walker. If I saw that thing in my living room, I'd stomp on it till it was a little pink stain.
Like that. Out and about. I'm a 21-year-old narrator. I'm 24. That's how old I am. Sun King's 24 as well. Nice. Okay, so it's time to read now. Let's get into these absolutely scary stories that will make you shit your pants and make caca everywhere. Alright, guys, I hope you have your diapers on. It's about to get spooky. Hope the rain sound's not too loud. I don't know. Should be able to hear it fine. Oh my god, I'm dead. Thank you. No problem. Okay. Switching to Copilot. Just have somebody else do the entire stream. How am I going to do this? I'll put the stream over here. I'll put my stories up right here. Perfect. All right. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. I'm probably going to fuck up a couple times here in the beginning, so. I never thought I would tell this story, but here I am. Did you hear my throat? Holy shit. I played back the audio. I can hear it go. Okay, one more time. I never thought I would tell this story, but here I am. I'm currently 27 years old and live alone in a decent-sized apartment. I spend most of my time playing video games with my friends online and don't really have anyone in the real life that I hang out with, besides family every now and then. But honestly, I prefer being alone. It's easier that way. I've lived like this for a very long time. Sure, it gets lonely at times, but my buds online always have my back. Anyways, this story takes. Ah, shit. This story. This story starts 3 weeks ago. I just started my 3-day weekend and had my night planned out. Me and my friend Cody would play some Overwatch while I stream on Twitch. Now, I don't get a lot of viewers when I stream, but I have a steady amount in my regulars that come in. Things were pretty normal for a while we were in a pretty heavy gaming sesh, and this person joined that chat. She called me by my real name in chat, and not just my first name, but my last one as well. I was honestly confused as hell, but... Oh, wait. I was honestly confused as hell. Oops, I just kind of read off the last part. I didn't even look at the story. I was honestly confused as hell, because I haven't told anyone online... I was honestly confused as hell because I haven't told anyone online my real name ever. Not even my closest friends. Now this random person joins is trying to dox me. I just laughed it off at first. Shit. I just laughed it off at first to not give away that it was me. But when I get a friend request from the... Shit, dude. Can't read tonight. But when I wash my hands with poop, it stinks. But then I get a friend request from the shit. But then I get a friend request from the username on. Wait, what are they trying to write here? Then I get a friend request from the name. But then I got a friend request from the same username from the stream. Now at this point, I was really freaking out, because my Steam name is different from that I use on Twitch, and the message again said my first and last name. I messaged them back saying, "Hello, do I know you?" And what they wrote back scared the fucking shit out of me. "Hey John, it's Amanda. I don't know if you remember me, but we used to date back in high school." Now, I did in fact remember who she was, all too well. Amanda was this crazy psycho girl that I dated for all of 2 weeks, but she didn't take the breakup so well. I broke it off so soon because how crazy she was. I would wake up in the morning to take my bus to school, and she was outside of my house already waiting for me. Keep in mind, I would head out to the bus stop at around 5 a.m., because I was the first pickup point, and she lived a good 45-minute walk away from my house. And she would also skip class to join me during my lunch period. It was just too crazy. So yeah, that was Amanda. I wrote back saying, "Sorry, I don't remember. I think you have the wrong person." Then she writes back my full address, down, even describing the doormat I had outside. Now I was shitting bricks. I'm a pretty good sized guy, and I'm not saying that I would beat the shit out of a woman, but still. I had moved to a different state already since high school, and haven't talked to anyone from back then in over 10 years. Let me take a sip here real quick. Okay. I ran to my window and peeked out. I couldn't see anyone outside my door or the surrounding area. It was around 11 p.m. already as well, so it was fairly dark outside. As soon as I went back to my desk to check the message again, there was a knock at my door. Now, there was no reason Now, there was no reason someone should be at my house at 11 p.m., and my first thought was, this crazy bitch is actually here. I checked the peephole and didn't see anyone. Went back to the window to get a better view, and still nobody there. I went ahead and opened the door, and there was a package there. It didn't have an address label or anything written on it, just a small box. I took it inside and decided to open it up. It had some standard bubble wrap covering something up. After taking off all the wrapping there, sat the box and a single key, with a note that said, "When you're ready, I'll be waiting." I decided that was enough, and called... Oh, fuck, wait. I decided that enough was enough and decided to contact the local authorities and give them the information I had, and describing who this girl was. Their response was disappointing to say the least. The operator said on the phone, "Sir, there's not much we can do unless the person of interest is at the location, and to call back if things escalate." Well, things seemed to die down after that. I didn't get any more messages for about a week, but I did have that feeling of being watched from time to time when I would leave my apartment. I had told a few of my friends online. Wait, fuck, shit. I had told a few of my online buddies about the situation, and they were all equally in shock. One of them actually lived a few cities over and offered to come over, but I told him I was okay. Looking back, I probably should have accepted his offer, because a little bit after that, again, another knock at 11 p.m. And once again, I looked at the peephole and saw someone walking away. They had a hoodie on and there was not much light, so I couldn't make out any details, other than they appeared to be the same height as I remembered Amanda being. I didn't answer the door or open it this time. I called the police and told them about the last call, and that if anyone could come check out the apartment before the person left. This time they did in fact send out a cruiser. After some time, there was another knock on my door, this time much harder, followed by, "Hello, this is Officer Bronson." I opened the door and there standing in front of me was two officers and someone behind them. Officer Bronson said that they did find this person standing outside my apartment, hiding in a bush. And when they asked me if I could identify them, I said sure. We made eye contact and I was met with those same crazy eyes from years before. To make a long story short, it was actually Amanda. And after they searched her, they found a knife and a gun on her. And come to find out, Amanda had gone to prison a few months after high school for attempting to kill one of her last boyfriends, and had a string of restraining orders against her from multiple ex-boyfriends. She did end up going back to prison for breaking her probation and being in possession of an unregistered firearm. I'm currently in the process of moving now, but due to the quarantine and work being slower, I don't make the same pay as I used to. I'm not sure if I can afford to move out now, but I'm writing this today for my own records. And if nobody hears from me in a few months when Amanda is out again, they'll know why. Alright, that was spooky. I can't relax my lungs here for a second. Yeah, that's fucking scary. Dan the man is here now. Drunken Horseman as well. Tiny Green Turtles, good to see you. Who else did I miss? Sorry, guys. Adrian Herrera says, "Yo, Jensen." I'm just kind of going up here in chat. All right. I think that's everybody. Okay. I always miss his streams lately because I've been sleeping, but here I am. It's good to get sleep, though. Sleep is good. It's a good thing. Let me see here real quick. I gotta put my transition sound effect. I might edit it a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna change the timing on this. Make it a little faster. Let me see how that sounds. I don't like that. 1 second. Let me just change it a little bit. A little more. Not so fast. Yeah, that should work. Okay, perfect. Sorry, kind of editing here on the fly. That's just how I do my videos. Perfect. Okay. Now we can do the next story. What are you guys talking about here in chat? How many stories do we have? I've got like 20 stories. but I probably won't do them all. Man, we pay $1,700 for a 1-bedroom, so be prepared to be shocked when you come back. What are you talking about? Moving in Oregon is better. Sales tax too much my family. Okay, I legit got 10 comments just today telling me to collab with Mr. Nightmare. I know, everyone just thinks that, like, you know, we just collab with Mr. Nightmare. It's just something we can all do. That dude don't collab with nobody. Not even big narrators. He doesn't collab with no one. That's so funny. Okay, let's see. Let's get into the next story, though. I pay $1,150 for a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's in a good neighborhood. So that's insane. I think the house right now I'm in, it's like $2,100, but it's a 5-bedroom house with like a pool, you know, in a gated community. But I'm with family right now, so I don't pay all that, you know. Just kind of help out. Bro, you gotta collab with people. I collab with everybody. I collab with people that don't even make narrations. Shit. I do that shit all the time. Your stories are amazing. Yeah, I try to get the best ones. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna get into the next story here, though. me. This happened when both me and... Wait, am I recording on the right track? I am. Okay, sorry. This happened when both me and my friend Jay were 15. I was spending the night at his house, as I often did. It was a normal enough night. We watched movies, played a couple video games, and stayed up way too late. It was about 2 a.m., I think, when we heard a loud banging coming from the front door. Luckily, at that time, we were in his kitchen, at the back of the house, so no one could see us. We were spooked because there shouldn't have been anyone at the door at this hour, but we figured it was just some drunk person, and they'd go away soon enough. After 30 seconds, there was more banging at the door, and yelling that neither of us could understand. It sounded like an adult man, and he sounded angry, so we were both pretty scared. He texted his mom, who was... He texted his mom, who we thought was upstairs, but she said that she had left for a bit before without saying anything. She did that often enough. She liked to go with her friends to their houses in the middle of the night, so we didn't pay any attention or notice when she left. We didn't know what to do, as we were scared to call the police based off past experiences with cops in our small town, being not the best. At this point, we turned off the kitchen light, and we ducked down to the ground. We heard the banging and yelling getting louder, and I decided to see who it was, if it was anyone we knew. I army crawled through the dining room, which was also dark, and peeked through the door to the living room, which is where the front door was. There is also a huge window by the front door that you can see right into from the Sorry. There's also a huge window by the door that you can see right into the dining room through, so I was very careful not to be seen. I couldn't see any details of the man, but he looked to be about 6 feet tall and had gray hair. I crawled back to Jay, and we quietly decided what to do. We heard the knocking stop, so we decided to wait a bit before seeing if it was safe. We also decided that going under the table in the dining room in case he tried to come back around, which is where the kitchen was. After about 10 minutes of silence, we walked paper scissors. You meddling rabbit. Oh, shit. We rock, paper, scissored for who had the check if he was there. And of course, I lost. So I again army crawled to the dining room door. I saw the man standing there through the window, hands cupped against the glass. I made eye contact with him for the moment. Wait. Holy shit. I made eye contact with him the moment he saw me, and I said loudly, "Shit," causing my friend to panic and crawl behind me. I saw him pull out his phone. He told me later that he was texting his mom to come and save us. The man started telling... Wait, started telling again? Probably yelling. The man started yelling again, and this time we could make out a bit more what he said. It was mostly cussing, although I definitely heard the phrase, "I'm gonna kill you," in there a couple of times. I quickly looked past the man to see if any of the neighbors seemed to notice him, but no luck. I crawled back out of his side again to discuss what to do with my friend. We decided to go into the basement for safety, which you can get to by moving the fridge. Confusing house, I know, but it was really old and not meant for the modern sized appliances. We pull out the fridge to get into the basement, feeling mostly safe but still terrified. I start having a panic attack, although I'm trying to hold it together best as I can for Jay, who is also on the verge of a panic attack. We hear a gunshot and shattering glass from above us. I cover my mouth so I don't scream. Jay and I look at each other, terrified. We hear loud footsteps and yelling above us, the man asking where we went. I hear him going upstairs and run around there for a bit. He eventually comes back down and starts turning over furniture. I'm assuming to find us. After what felt like hours but was probably only minutes, Jay's mom pulls into the driveway, which scares the guy as he runs out the back door into the kitchen. Jay and I get... Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, I fucked up the last part. Which scares the guy as he runs out the back door in the kitchen. Jay and I get out of the basement and run to greet his mom. Never happier to see her. She was shocked by the state of the house and hugged us, happy that we were safe and scared by how close we were to getting hurt. We were all scared after that. After that, that's all, folks. After that night, they had a better security installed, and we went over... Shit. And we went over safety protocol if anything ever happened again. Luckily, it hasn't happened again yet, although when I go to his house, I'm still scared. We never called the police because we know there's not much they could even do. Just cleaned up and moved on. Spooky stories. Alright. Let's see here. What are you guys talking about in chat here? Matt Chatter, sup boy? Been a while. It has been. It's been a fat minute. Let's see. Oh fuck. Nightmare makes about 5K a day, by the way. Yeah, he makes a lot of money. The dude's a millionaire. I don't even know if he streams, but if he streams and makes money doing that, fuck, that dude making bank. I wonder where he lives. If he lives in California, they're taking like 60% of his income, though, for taxes. It's like an insane amount they take. Take $600,000 of his income a year. Let's see. Would that motherfucker still be doing good? I've never seen him stream. Yeah, me neither. What kind of mic do you use, Jensen? I use a Procaster, and it's plugged up to a... what the fuck's this thing called? It's a Yamaha MG10XU. I don't know, sound thing. Mixer. I need a Mr. Nightmare face reveal. You can find his face. Just Google it. He has his pictures pretty much all over the internet. He's been doing it for so long, it's kind of hard to keep your identity a secret. It's like when everyone found out who Spider-Man was, they're like, "Don't worry, we won't say nothing, Spider-Man." And as soon as they get off the train, yo, that guy's Spider-Man. Yeah, just like a Mr. Nightmare face. He looks. This picture looks a little dated. No, here he is. Here's some more update. Yeah, he looks a lot older now. Yeah, he looks maybe, I'm gonna say like mid 30s to late 30s. He looks a bit older. Doesn't look bad. Just Jensen is secretly every single narrator. If you listen, he will just talk. He will talk just like all of them. Yeah, especially Chills. I don't know what you're talking about. You're never gonna find out who I really am. Jesus Christ. Do I have, let me see here. 1 second here.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just me. I'm me.
Where's that other song at? Fuck. I don't know how to really say this, but this entire time it's actually me, Corpse Husband's Stink Hole. Or also, who else uses that song a lot? Hey guys, it's me, Southern Cannibal. I can't do his voice. This is hard to do. Yeah, here we go. You'll never find my hentai stash. I hid it away. You'll never find it ever. Jensen, what do you think makes Mr. Nightmare so good and what separates him from the rest of us? Probably the amount of time he's been doing it. He's been making videos for like 10 years. He's an OG. So yeah, daddy algorithm, everything, he's got just time over everybody. Do I think, is he better than, other narrators? No, I don't think he's better. He's, I think he should hire some editors because his videos can be a lot better. Mine aren't perfect by any means, but I think the level he's at, I would hire an editor, someone that can do pretty good graphics or something like that to beef it up a bit. Which is a shame because, you look at Let's Read, his streams, everything, his videos, his intros, all that, or even, Lazy Masquerade, that dude puts so much effort into his videos. I really enjoy those. So it's kind of hard to, I don't know. Mr. Nightmare is so underrated. Can you do Nightmare Files or Nuke's Top 5? You know what? Let me listen to Nightmare Files. Nightmare Files. I was talking to them. I talked to them on Twitter a while back. I forgot about what though. Let me listen to their voice. Dude, that dude. I never watched his videos, but he needs a better mic. I'm just gonna say right now. At 100K, 100,000 subs, he's got a great voice. His mic, though, is definitely not capturing all the warm tones to it. It's a shame. Yeah, he can definitely make it sound way better, though. I'm not saying like I just upgraded to this mic a couple weeks ago, but I was using the Blue Yeti for a bit there. So Mr. Nightmare doesn't reply back. He says, "Fuck you, asshole." That's when he sees a message. Oh, fucking guy. It's a message. He probably gets a lot of messages a day, though, I would imagine. Which is weird because, I've talked to like the Odd Ones Out. That dude's got like millions of subscribers and he talks back to me and stuff on like emails. He's not, and I know he's busy. But anyways, I digress. Let me get back into the reading of the stories. I totally got off topic there. Yeah, sometimes you gotta edit the audio a bit. I use normalizer and compressor. but we'll see. Okay, so anyways, let me get back to the story. Sorry, guys, I got all sidetracked. Where was I? Here it is. This is an epic story, so it should be pretty long. This experience took place back in the early 90s, so either 1990 or 91, but no later than 1992. My dad was active duty in the military and had just been reassigned to a new job in the States. For anonymity's sake, I will only say that it was in the Midwest United States. We were moved to the States from Europe. We didn't know anybody, so we had to lease an apartment for a while. My mom doesn't work. Oh wait, sorry. My mom didn't work, and my dad was barely adjusting to his new job, so we couldn't afford a house yet, I guess. I described the apartment building as creepy. It was tall, singular 4-story building standing literally in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by woods. The nearest path back to civilization was half a mile to the main road. If you've ever seen the Blair Witch Project, the area itself wasn't unlike the house at the end of the movie. The condition of the actual apartment wasn't much better. As a kid, I distinctly remember hating the drive to and from the apartment. Not so much from, but definitely to. The drive itself was long, boring, and uneventful. However, when approaching the place, I'd always be overwhelmed with a foreboding sense of dread, like a tingling sensation that lasted until I entered my flat. Night trips were the worst for it. Sometimes we dine out or see a later showing and drive back later in the night. It always seemed like the clouds were out in the ominous, almost demonic shape at night, and the building looked completely... Man, they're using some big words here. Skeletal, and the building looked completely skeletal. Had we not been residents ourselves, I'd probably assume it was abandoned. My first encounter with Jonathan was on the weekend, early Saturday, I believe. However, my first time hearing about him was Monday morning, just before my mom took me to the bus. The landlady/manager was standing in the hallway, having a loud argument with another woman, who stood in her doorway. I was very young at the time, like barely starting kindergarten, so some of the details might be off. The woman had said something to the landlord, to the effect of, "Well, if you're not going to do something about him, then I'm leaving." It was actually more of a shout. The landlady had replied with something like, "It's under control. Go back inside." And the woman yelled back in response, almost hysterically. I remember this part vividly because it was the first time hearing the F word. "It's not under fucking control. Every time I go down there." She hesitated and stopped when I noticed us. Sorry. And stopped when she noticed us walking by. We'll talk later, I guess." Then, just like that, she went back into her flat/individual apartment. Mom and I smiled as we walked by the landlady, who I don't recall even bothered me. Who I don't recall ever bothering me. But I do remember her looking like a generic witch, minus the green skin and pointy hat. She was old, like in her 60s or 70s. Wore a windbreaker and sweatpants. Oops, I stopped my audio, fuck. Wore a windbreaker and sweatpants, and always had a cigarette either dangling from her lip or between her fingers, about to be smoked. My mom smoked at the time, so she would often see her out in the courtyard or front garden area smoking. Another important detail about the building was that despite it being 4 floors, there were exits on every floor that went to an enclosed metal stairwell that led outside. Theoretically, you could get to every floor in the building from that one stairway. Who donated? Miss Bellatrix with the fucking Aussie fiver. let's. Oh, it's got a Bendigo, mate. Oh shit. Oh, come on, Marty. It's got a Bendigo. Oh, Rick, I don't want to go to Bendigo. Oh, I gotta get me cube. Oh, Rick. Why do we gotta go to Bendigo? Thank you so much. He said, Cal. Said, moo. Wait, what are you guys talking about? Did I say moo? What did I say? What the fuck? Everybody's putting Cal in chat. Oh, yeah, man, Rick. Oh, I'll get bit on my penis. Oh, Rick. Oh, Morty, you got bit on your little Morty penis. Oh, I gotta suck out the venom. Oh, Rick, nah, I don't want that. You're my granddad. Oh, come on, Morty, just a little suck. I love that fucking video. It's so funny. Oh, when I died and my soul went into the family you. Oh, no fucking way. Uncle Barry turned into the family you. Shit. Oh, Uncle Barry's got dementia. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, you gotta look at Bush World, Rick and Morty. It's so funny. Oh, Rick, you my granddad. I got so off track there. Sorry. Thank you for the 5. Let me get back. Where was I in the story? I'm so confused now. I gotta do that part again here. I'll take a sip of water. Theoretically, you could to every floor in the building from that one stairway, including the basement, which I remember scaring me very badly as a child. I had also noticed a man who I described looking like a typical hillbilly frequently enter and exit the basement via the shithole. Via the stairwell overlook. He was Jonathan, who was either the landlord's son, nephew, or some other relative. Shit. God damn it. Who was either the landlord's son, nephew, or some other relative. I don't know for a fact that they were actually related, but I'm fairly certain that they were. Jonathan lived in a small studio room, built... Fuck, I just burped, sorry. Damn it. Excuse me. I had, Sonic for dinner. I ate Sonic the Hedgehog for dinner. And I lost my place in the story. Pretty sure that Jonathan lived in a small apartment, apparently. God damn it. Built down in the basement, and apparently had done some time. He supposedly did repairs around the building and other odd jobs that the landlady was too old to do herself. She, by the way, had lived up in the attic/loft, converted into a 5th floor studio, and despite supposedly being his relative, lived by herself. I distinctly remember the reasoning being that she simply did not want him living with her. My dad would always joke that she looked like an old bat, coming and going from the belfry. Wait, is that how you pronounce that? Belfry? Belfry? Let me look this word up real quick. Belfry. How do you say this? Belfry. Yeah, belfry. That's it. Let me just redo that last part. Coming and going from the belfry. Days after school were spent either watching TV with my parents or exploring the small play area in the back of the building. There were no kids. Okay, one more time. There were no kids in the building, save for me. We really were cut off from society out in the woods. I remember there being this small alley/sidewalk that you could take that would eventually bring you to a suburb. Some of the older kids liked to come out and play baseball near the building. I had befriended some of them, and they would occasionally invite me to play ball. Usually I would just watch the older kids play, while I built sandcastles in the play school sandbox by the building. Whenever Jonathan would make a rare appearance outside, the older kids would drop what they're doing and head for the hills, so to speak, and would often encourage me to follow suit, despite me living there. I never could find out why, and my young mind had just figured it was older kids not wanting to look uncool around an adult. Now, the weekend in question, where I had officially met Jonathan, I was riding my new bike with my dad, and he had picked it up. Fuck. I was riding my new bike my dad had picked up for me from the department store near base. Since I was just start having an aneurysm midstream. Since I was still small and not at all experienced with riding an actual bike, it still had the training wheels on. I was practicing by myself on the sidewalk in front of the building, while my parents were doing whatever. In retrospect, they probably should have kept a better eye on me. I was riding in circles and stopped when I noticed Jonathan standing by the building entrance, just watching me. This was obviously creeper behavior, but as a kid, I had figured that he was being a careful adult and making sure that I wasn't misbehaving or getting hurt. When he approached me, I stopped in my tracks. He placed his hands on my handlebars. "Nice bike there," he said in a very childlike, almost slurred voice. Wait, I should redo that part. "Nice bike there." Yeah, that's how kids talk, right? "Nice bike there," he said in a very childlike, almost slurred voice. "Thanks, it's new," I replied, happy that someone was complimenting my new bike. "I have a bike like it too. Want to see it?" he asked, again in a very childlike manner. "Okay," I replied. What seemed like ages, but was really only 2 or 3 minutes, Jonathan came back from around the building, riding on what I can only describe as an adult tricycle. Not like one of those large bicycles that people would ride in the early 90s, but literally a giant tricycle. I was woed, because I'd been only a short time since I was... Wait, the hell? It's kind of hard to picture in my head. Because it had only been a short time since I had been weaned off my trike. I still remember being somewhat miffed that I was being forced to hand it down to my baby cousin before the move to the States. "Want to ride it?" he asked. "I'd love to," I remember saying or thinking, and actually climbing onto it to ride it, but finding that my feet barely reached the pedals. Jonathan had laughed this weird, almost girlish laugh, because apparently this was funny to him. I was uneasy at this point and wanted off, but I remember suddenly being scared of the height distance. I was a dumb kid and didn't know it was only a few inches off the ground. I was afraid of falling off. Jonathan kept laughing that creepy girly laugh, and I honestly wasn't in the mood for laughing. I was having a horrible time and wanted off, and I remember frantically asking him to help me get down from the tricycle. He obliged, walked over, placed 2 hands on my sides, and lifted me up and placed me back on the ground. "Thanks," I exclaimed before taking my bike and hauling ass back into the building. That was my first confirmed creepy experience with Jonathan, and I remember seeing over my shoulder, Addie stood motionless, watching me as I ran away. I was much too young to know of... One second here. I was much too young to know of or even understand what a handicapped or mentally challenged person was, and my mom told me later that Jonathan was mentally impaired. I remember the next morning it was Sunday, because I think that Super Mario Bros. Cartoon came on, or it was a repeat or whatever. Anyways, I remember eating a bowl of honeycomb cereal and rushing to go outside to play, but my dad had literally stopped me by grabbing me, hoisting me up and bringing me back into the apartment. I was upset because it was an unusually sunny and nice day in October. and I wanted to enjoy it before it got dark out again. My dad had done some work in. Fuck. My dad had some work to do in town, and a workmate's house, I think, while my mom was taking our laundry to the 24-hour wash and dry everything. I was to go with her. The building wasn't rigged with individual washer/dryer units, and didn't even have a laundry room. In fact, the only unit in the existence was down in the basement, near Jonathan's room. But I never recall us ever going down there. Just that the red exit sign above the darkened basement door looked foreboding, and had always scared me. On the drive out of the complex, I did notice the landlady and the hysterical neighbor woman out front, standing out by what looked like standing by what looked to be a sheet, which at the time I didn't know what it was. A Halloween prop? But now I know that it was a dead dog laying beneath it. There had been dead animals Holy shit, this story's turning. There had been dead animals cropping up all over the property. While many of them had been strays or wild animals, some of them did belong to the tenants. The next day I had seen a white moving truck parked out in the parked out in the parking lot, and the hysterical woman was completely gone from the building by the day after. Can an entire building itself be the subject of a let's not meet? Jonathan and the landlady were creepy for sure, but the building itself is what scared me the most. I would have recurring dreams about waking up to being surrounded by darkness, and only illumination being a red exit sign. The very sign in the basement, which would always roll. Man, this is a long story. Which would always result in me waking up crying and screaming, and my parents rushing in with the lights on to see what was wrong. This series of night terrors became commonplace up until the day we moved out, which fortunately was only a few weeks later. My dad had apparently broken his lease to get us out early, because he had found an ideal house for us to rent in a nice suburb that was close to my school, a park, neighbors, and civilization. Basically, it was heaven compared to where we were living. The landlady was pissed, and she had charged my dad a $50 fee on top of the next month's rent for breaking the lease. But that didn't matter. We were gone. I never did learn for sure whether the dead animals were Jonathan's doing, because it could have easily been the result of a wild animal attack, or some dickhead hunters playing around with a rifle. We didn't exactly live out in the country, but it wasn't unheard of to get reports of bears, mountain lions, or other predatory animals coming down from the hills and deeper woods to prey on the domesticated animals. However, the neighbor woman who had been arguing with the landlady seemed extremely distraught when we had caught her swearing. Her eyes were red, as though she'd been crying that day. I saw them standing by what I believed to be a dead dog under a sheet. She looked like she had absolutely lost it. 100-yard stare and looked motionless at the sheet while the landlady puffed away at a cigarette and called who I assumed was animal control on her cordless house phone. Jonathan was very weird and obviously creepy, even though I was not harmed by him or even had that many encounters with him. I knew from the reactions of the older boys and my own feelings of discomfort that something was wrong. I don't think it's a stretch to assume that the instance with... Oh, fuck. Let me take a sip of water here. I don't think it's a stretch to assume that the instances with the dead animals and Jonathan were connected, and that it was the neighbor's woman. Oops. And that is what the neighbor woman was upset about. She had known Jonathan was doing bad, And for whatever reason, his landlady slash relative was keen to keep shut of the conversation. Fuck. One more time here. Let's do this. And for whatever reason, his landlady slash relative was keen to just shut the conversation down. When I had turned 10, so a few years later, I had learned from my mom that Jonathan had been apparently playing kids around the I had learned from my mom that Jonathan had been apparently paying kids around the area pogs. They're a type of popular collectible. Wait. They're a type of popular collectible from the 90s. In order to go with him to the work shed to play doctor. This lines up perfectly with the reactions of the other kids. The woman neighbor who unfortunately moved. Wait. Unfortunately. The woman neighbor who ultimately moved. And my own sinking suspicions. I know I had said that it was the building itself that creeped me out the most. However, I think my youthful ignorance, naive and general assumption that everyone was well-meaning, had misplaced my fears to the building and blinded me to the fact that Jonathan was actually the source of my discomfort. Not aware if he ever did actually... Wait. I'm not aware that he ever actually did anything to those kids, but let's just hope for their sake that he didn't, and hopefully receive proper and hopefully finally receive proper diagnosis and treatment for his condition. Okay, there we go. We finished it. Let me see how long that story is. Just wanted to take a peek here. Man, that's like a 10-minute story in itself. Holy fuck. What'd I miss in chat? Slipknot is not a metal band. If you say that again, I'll kill you. No, they're kind of metal. Like heavy metal. Or like industrial. Mind if I email you a story I just made and you read it on stream? I need advice on it. Yeah, go ahead. That'd be cool. Send that shit over right now. Let me open my Gmail. I'm working on a story myself. You know, I'm a bit of a scientist myself, Spider-Man. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, you better get down with the sickness. Your mother. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jensen, what time zone are you in? I'm in, I don't know, General Mountain Standard Time. I don't know. It's 2 a.m. here. It's Arizona time. It's party time. Yo, is Liz here? Lizard Queen wants you to DM her. Is Liz here? Where's Liz at? Did she say anything in chat? I'll send her something on, I guess, Instagram. Or maybe Twitter. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see. Here. I didn't get no messages from her. Snapchat? No, nothing. I don't know. It's weird. I want to hear Jensen do a cover of that song. It might be hard on his vocals, though. I don't recommend it most times. I do, I sing, like, screamo and stuff. And, like, inward hell, like, screams and shit, so... Yeah, Fall Out Boy. I sing that a lot in the car. Yeah, I sing a lot of stuff. I probably won't do it here on stream, but yeah, I'm a pretty decent singer, I'd say. She did message me. Let's say hello there. Okay. Sent. Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. I actually screamed my lungs out trying to do it and had to eat a spoonful of honey to help me get better. Yeah, I've been doing vocals for so long that I can scream and do, all these stuff without, damaging anything anymore. All right, we got the story. Got a story right here. Who texted me? My mom texted me. It's like 2 a.m. What the fuck? The goat. All right, let's read the story here real quick. I was 15 years old at the time of this story, and this just happened recently during the pandemic. Both my parents are nurses and take care of patients, and their scheduled times would constantly shift. So, it was common for me to be home alone for a few hours a day. I was home alone one night cleaning the kitchen, and one night when I heard the home phone ring, and then ring. Now, normally we didn't answer the home phone, as most calls were scam calls like telemarketers, or robocalls, or people asking for my dad. But I figured messing with the scammer would be a nice distraction from cleaning the counter. I picked up the phone, but there was no answer. I said hello into the phone once again, and the time there was a faint deep laugh on the other end of the line. Keep in mind that I'm not the type of person to put up with prank calls, so I told him that if he called this number again, that I would call the police. What he said next is something that I'll never get out of my mind. I'm just waiting for you to come upstairs, Felix. My heart sank into the pit of my stomach. I hung up the phone and immediately went outside to dial 911. They did a thorough sweep through the upstairs. Oh, they did a thorough sweep of the upstairs, but didn't find anyone up there. However, they did find the window of my parents' bedroom smashed open. There we go. I like it so far. I mean, you can definitely add more to it. I don't know if you're trying to beef it up, but as like a short story, yeah, it's got that spooky factor. But if you're trying to add more to it, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot you can add to it. You can maybe do a continuation, like a couple of weeks later, I was by myself again, and the incident had already passed my mind. Something along that manners, and then have the guy, pop up in the story again. So that's something you can do to stretch it out and then add some more stuff to it. I still gotta polish it up. Lady White Rabbit. Lady White Rabby. Lady Ravioli. What are you guys talking about here? Female narrators now? Talking about the ladies? Thunder Comrade, how you doing today? Fear the Great White. I agree. Prodigy also. Upchurch. Let's see. I'm backies. Yeah, Lady Spocaria, Madame Raven, Gothic Rose, Mandy Mortem, and a ton more. Yeah, I know all of them. I know fucking every narrator. I've probably DM'd all of them. At least a couple of times. 1 second here, I'm gonna check my oh fuck. Let's see here. Zooey Mama. Oh, okay. Let's see. I want to hear Chills sing Down with the Sickness.
Get up, you mother. Get down with the sickness. Ain't it funny?
Shit.
Ooh, ah, ah, ah.
Oh yeah, Fleshwatt is great. Her art, dude. Fuck, man. She's such a great artist.
Cha-cha real smooth. The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic.
Just do that one. Let me see here. Where's that fucking let me find the text for it.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start.
That hurts. It hurts to do Chill's voice. And hey, Jensen, and make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that motherfucking like button. You may know every narrator, but like, have you heard of The Darkness? He was a narrator before Mr. Nightmare, but his channel disappeared 5 years ago. No, I haven't. He disappeared into the darkness. Chili thinks everyone. Yeah, Chills will look at a red dot on a screen and say,
I think we found it. Have you ever?
Give me a meme that Corpse Husband could say. I'll do his voice because my voice is already starting to get raspy. Let me think of something funny we can do. I'll take another sip and then I'll try to read one more story, but I'm starting to lose my voice here. We've been streaming for an hour already. It's already 2 a.m. So I gotta be a good adult and try to get some sleep. I hate that there's so many comments complaining about his voice. Yeah, I watched him. I watch him on Facebook all the time. And YouTube and everything. I watch a lot of Chills, guys. Despite all the parodies. I fucking love his videos. Let's see. What can we do next? I'm just reading chat here. Never heard of The Darkest. Chills talks normal at the very end of his videos. Oh, does he? I don't really pay attention. I mean, once you listen to his videos, his voice just kind of sounds normal after a bit. I'm still reading chat here. Let me get ready for the next story, though. Let's see here. Oh boy, this is another epic story. So it's gonna be like 10-minute long. Holy shit. Do this in the Chill's voice.
I like Big Nutty.
I don't know. Is that good? Oh boy, your night brain is helping you loosen up. I'm always loose. My vagina is loose. Give me the stapler. Let's see. Have you heard of Jonathan Galindo accounts? No, I haven't. Chills does talk pretty normal when he uses his Canadian accent. Yeah, I've seen his streams and stuff. He sounds just like a normal dude. Do you use auto-tune for your videos? Who, me? I don't use auto-tune. Tingly Horror. I like that name. It's a cool name. Tingly. Let me see. You gave me the tinglies in the wrong place, step bro. What are you doing? What are you doing, step bro? I'm stuck in the laundry machine and I need your help. What you're doing is an act against God and Mother Nature itself against me. Please, don't do this to me, step bro. Jesus Christ. I'm so dumb. Okay, let's read another story, so I guess. Oh my god. Your voice sounded deep. Yeah, my voice. Around this time of night, I start losing my voice, so it gets real deep. Trying to wake up my partner with my laughing. Oh my god. God damn it, Step Bobby. You really sound like Canny, damn. Oh, I was trying to do something cannibal, or I was trying to do Corpse Husband. You're never gonna believe what I just saw. This had to have been the spookiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, being scared is just, I would just make the rain sounds louder and louder and louder. We should all collab and make a horror channel with all of us. That'd be cool. Okay. Number 69. Not gonna say that on stream. The last part. Anyone here down to be YouTube partners, make YouTube content? Man, honestly, I have so much on my plate already. But I don't mind collabing or helping out when I can. Oh, okay. Can you do Mr. Creeps? Let me look it up. I don't watch him. I mean, I know of him, but I just don't. Mr. Creeps. Yeah, I know he got in some hot water over some stuff, but I'm not going to go into it on stream. He's got a... Is that him, or is he doing the collab? Yeah, I don't... He has an accent. Yeah. I don't like his voice. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it now. He sounds like deep voice chills. That's Mr. Creeps' deep voice chills. The strangeness of the... Why does he talk like that? It's so weird. Okay. I'm not even gonna attempt it. It just sounds so weird. Try to sound like Killer Orange Cat. So many voices. Alright. Sorry. I had to listen to it. Yeah, Mr. Creeps, I don't know. I just don't really... Can you do Slapped Ham? I have a buddy that can do it really good. Electronics. Man, his Slapped Ham is fucking spot on, though. Let me get into this. Let me hear it Slapped Ham again. I'm listening to a video. How you doing? I'm Callum and this is Slapped Ham. I'm just kidding. I can't do it. Today we're looking at some scary video. I can't do it. No, my friend can do it really good though. Yeah, Clark, I've seen you in the comments a while back, so I know you've been here for quite a bit. Mortis Media. You know Joel does a good Mortis Media. If you can do a Clancy Pasta voice. Clancy Pasta. Let me listen to them. Dude, that voice is too light. My voice has been destroyed over years and years of smoking. Since I was like 11. It was... I can't get my voice that light. I know I can't. Read a story now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm all getting onto off topic. I pulled a Joel. Alright, we got one more epic story. Here we go. I mean, honestly, I've got a shit ton of stories here, but let's do this. For context, I'm 5'3", 23. For context, I'm 5'3", 24-year-old female, and working as a programmer for an IT company in the Philippines. Now, the area where my office is comprised of 3 buildings. Building A, where my office is in, Building B, and Building C. To get to the other buildings, it would take you like 10 minutes to get there. Important for later. This happened to me a year ago, around the end of February until March. I just got out of bed. Oh wait, these... Bad, sorry. I just got out of a bad breakup at the time, and I really intended to just focus on myself and not meet anyone yet. I just got out of work, and it's around 7 p.m. on a Friday night. I went to my usual waiting spot, which has benches and is located on the back of our building, near the entrance of an underground parking. For a company shuttle, and Omar, shuttle dispatcher, is there. I know. Wait. No. Now, I've known Omar for 2 years, and is someone I consider now a friend, and we would often chat about our lives, even the breakup with my ex then, and joke around. He's a 40-plus-year-old guy, and he gives out this big fatherly vibe, so he's really someone that I trust. That night, he was there and with someone new that I didn't recognize. Our conversation went like this. Omar: "Oh, hi, OP. Good thing you're here. I'd like you to meet someone since he told me he really wants to meet you for a long time now." And then the guy stood up and shook my hand. I greeted him and just to be polite, and this new guy, let's name him Ray. He's average looking and a little shorter to my height, 5'1" maybe, and he instinctively gave off a vibe as soon as I shook his hand. I thought that would be the end of it, but he proceeded to talk to me for a few minutes while I waited for my shuttle to arrive. Omar has purposely left me and this Ray guy so that we could talk and get to know each other. I'm actually quite puzzled at this cause, 1, I have no clue who this guy is and why he would be so eager to meet me. And 2, I clearly told Omar before that I'm not into meeting anyone just yet. But for the sake of being polite and nice, I talked to Ray, but we never reached any personal questions, exchanging numbers, social media accounts, or even telling him my full name. I just told him my nickname and left it just like that when I finally got to the shuttle. Fast forward a week and Friday again. I got off of work at the same time and surprise, surprise, Ray's there again with Omar and a security guard. They were chatting, but as soon as I came, Ray instantly greeted me at this point. I'm a little creeped out as I expected our encounter would only be a one-time thing. I just said hi and brushed him off and sat on the bench to wait for my shuttle again. And of course, this guy doesn't seem to know my definition of personal space. Sat beside me and started to talk to me again. But this time he asked me for my cell phone number. I told him off and clearly said that I'm not giving out my number to strangers and just giving him one-word answers, just to give an impression that I wasn't interested at all. He would ask, "Why wouldn't you give your number? I just want to be friends." And I could see in his face that he was getting frustrated every time I told him I wasn't giving it to him. This happened while Omar and the security guard were looking at us from afar. But this went on until I got on the shuttle again. Sorry, let me take a sip of water. Yo, 95, you getting some sleep? Get some resties. Let me adjust my legs. Okay. Here we go. As soon as I got home, I mindlessly scrolled through my timeline and saw a notification that I have a new friend request. And guess what? It's Ray. And he even messaged me with a "please accept my friend request." I just deleted this request. Wait. I just deleted his request, but now I'm pretty shocked since I didn't tell him my Facebook account. So how did he manage to find me? The following day was the last straw, when I decided to get off at an earlier time, so that I could avoid him, but to my surprise, he was there, again, waiting for me, along with Omar and the security guard. Ray immediately runs up to me to say hi, but I brushed him off and dreaded the fact that I would have to wait for this creep again when I saw my shuttle isn't there yet. He immediately asked me if I accepted his Facebook request, and I decided to play dumb and said I haven't been active on Facebook, and I haven't seen any requests. He got disappointed and fiddled with his phone for a bit, and then revealed his phone to show my Facebook profile, and asked me if this was me. I said yes, and this time I was completely ignoring him at this point, and playing with my phone, and told him that I wasn't going to accept his request because I don't know him. And then Ray grabbed my phone out of my hands, angrily, and said that he was going to add himself, using my Facebook account if I won't. I muttered a, "What in the actual fuck?" grabbed my phone from him with perfect timing. I got on the shuttle in a hurry and told the driver to go. At this point, I could confirm that this guy was stalking me, and now knows my daily schedule and social media accounts. I reported this incident to my manager, and told her how this was already happening for some time now. She wasn't... Wait. She was surprised I didn't report it earlier, but I blamed it on my lack of assertiveness and fear that I must have overreacted to his advances. We reported the incident to the office security and told them what had happened, and they couldn't do anything at first as, one, I need actual shit. I need actual evidence about my allegations to him, and two, I only knew Ray by his first name. They would need more information. God damn it, dude. They would need more information than that. I didn't bother to ask where he's from or if he even was working in our office building, which is dumb of me, and I should have asked him in the first place. My manager then decided that I should be at least accompanied by some of the office mates to confirm the situation, and the guys volunteered to accompany me every time I got off of work. Why did I say work? Weird there. Get off of work. And the guys volunteered to accompany me every time I got off of work. They accompanied me for a few days, but no matter what time I got out, Ray was there to harass me. I felt bad for my office mates as they had to deal with his bullshit as well. First instance, okay, let's do it one more time. First instance, when he saw I was with my office mates, I could see the visible anger in his eyes. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck, dude. What's wrong with my reading today? I could see the visible anger in his eyes, and he would try to butt our conversations, even if we're ignoring him. At one point, when I'm talking with my office mates, he let out an shit! He screamed at us and pulled the gun out and shot all of us. He let out an fuck, dude. Exasperated sigh. He let out an exasperated sigh and said, "OP, can I talk to you for a second, please? What do you want? I just want to talk to you. If you don't, I'll leave." Okay, then. I went back to talking to my office mates. He butted in once more and asked that if I should introduce him to my office mates when I didn't. He proceeded to introduce himself instead, which irked the hell out of my office mates, and I, as his behavior didn't seem normal at all. After that incident, my office mates and I told my manager what had happened and how dangerous this guy might be. She decided that we should escalate it to HR and have them deal with it immediately. Gladly, HR responded and took the situation seriously and began to do an investigation on who Ray might be. Same day they sent an email that after searching through records, turns out Ray wasn't an employee of our office, and they might need to talk to building security to find out more about this guy. HR also requested our office security to escort me. HR also requested our office security to escort me and observe the situation. I honestly felt relieved as now my brain's all getting confuzzled. Shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. I honestly felt relieved, as now I feel safe for the time being, while they search who Ray might be. He still showed up even though I got out late, or earlier than usual, but never went near me when I saw. Wait. Oh my god, okay. But never went near me when he saw I was accompanied by security. But he would just keep his distance and stare at me, smile creepily, and linger outside my shuttle until I left. HR contacted me for a meeting with them and with my manager about some news on Ray. I was shocked by the information that they found out. Ray was not an employee of our building/office, but in fact, a temp in the security office in Building C. I then thought, okay, this creep is really putting an effort for someone who is clearly not interested. And if he's a temp, meaning there's a chance I won't be able to see him after this. But then, what HR said chilled me to the bone. He was a temp assigned to work on the security cameras, meaning he had access to all the building cameras. It has been his way to spy on me, and the reason why he's able to be there at the exact time I got out. HR has already spoken to his supervisor and gave a warning to Ray. And of course, Ray denied the allegations, even if I had witnesses against him. The supervisor wanted to apologize to me in person, but I decided not, as I wanted this to be over with. After that meeting, I never saw Ray again, and I reckon he must have been kicked out after HR issued warnings against him. As for Omar, I never see him as well, and I felt bad. He was also part of the people who enabled Ray, and didn't do shit when I was clearly getting harassed. I received a bit of backlash from the security guards in the building for a while as well, hearing them say that I was overreacting, and I should have accepted his advances, which was disgusting, as I heard the same thing being said by female building staff as well. Nothing strange happened for a few days, but then the security guards, that was with Omar at the time, when Ray was harassing me, added me on Facebook, but I didn't make much of it and just deleted the request. I'm still working in the same office building as of today, and been totally shaken up by the incident, that I decided to just keep my distance from people. Oh shit, sorry. So I could avoid this from ever happening again. And to Ray, no means no. And let's not meet again. Alright, there we go. Got a spooky story done. Oh, okay, what are you guys talking about here? Long distance relationships don't work for long. Yeah, you can't put your penis into the computer screen. Trust me, I've tried. I'm joking, but as I walk away, there's like a hole through one of my screens. And blood. And Jensen do a story about Pringles. I once got my hand stuck in the Pringles can. It was stuck there for years until I became the Pringle man. I was so dumb. Let's see. Okay. I guess maybe I'll just cut the video right there. It's about 36 minutes. That's a decent video for now. I'm going to record my outro, though. Let me see here. What? I forgot what I wrote for my outro that I usually have. I think it's on my notepad on my email. Let me look it up real quick. Notes. Here it is. Scratch the beard. Yeah, here it is. I found it. The same, except it wasn't my hand that got stuck. Let's see. It's me, Papa Pringle. Okay, I'm gonna read this part of the outro, and then we'll come up with something at the end here. Hey friends, thanks for watching the video. If you have any suggestions for the next video, I'd love to see them in the comments down below. Also, don't forget the bell icon, and hit all notifications to get notified when I drop a new video or stream. And if you'd like to get early access to my videos before anyone else, please consider putting a gun to my mouth and just fuck. Okay. Please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you get that and some other fun perks for just $1 a month. And I have my podcast now available, with past videos that can be found on all major podcast services. I also have some merch available on Spreadshirt. All links to these and all my social medias will be in the description field down below. And remember, I fucking you. And remember, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, what are we gonna put at the end here? What do you guys think? Jensen, do you keep snacks in your beard? I think my husband has his secret snack compartment. Actually, I shaved my beard off. I mean, I've got like stubble all over my fucking face now. This was about like 3 days ago. But, yeah, I used to keep snacks in there. Keep Pringles. Okay, yeah, type. What do you guys think we should put at the end of the video here? Because my last video I said it's only gay if your balls touch at the end there. So, what do you guys think? What are we gonna put here? Number 15. My name is Emily. Just say good night, everyone. See y'all later. Oh well. This is Violet, like the beard. Yeah, she got mad. She always gets mad at me when I shave my beard. She likes it a lot. It's just beginning so hot. So, Christine Baker. Good night, y'all. Good night, everybody. Okay, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put here. And remember. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to think. Grease Dream. Cheers, everyone. Night. Everyone's saying good night. Yeah, we'll deal with that. That'll work. And remember, lock your doors. You never know who may visit. Let me redo that last part. And remember, to lock your doors, you never know who may visit. Fucking normies. Really? Oh, shit. Alright. We end the video there, because it's 2:43 a.m. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go Mimi's. I gotta get some rest now. I gotta take my contacts out. And I gotta take a mad fucking piss. Yo, mad chatter with a 20. Mad respect to you, bro. Keep up the hustle. Yo, you're fucking awesome. Thank you so much for that. And everybody else that came out tonight. Mad chatter, I gotta do something for you, dude. That's so cool. Dude, that's so nice of you. I'm gonna wait for the balls to pop here. I want to see the balls for Mad Chatter. Yeah, and if you guys haven't yet, check out Mad Chatter's channel. He definitely has a great voice. I love. You know what? Another nerd I forgot to say was Mad Chatter. Your stories are different than like Let's Reads, obviously, but they're in a class of their own. That I love the work you put into them, the voices. I really love to see you on some video games. There's the balls coming through. But yeah, just your voice and my buddy Lupus Wait, I forgot what his YouTube name is. I know his real name. But damn it. I know his real name, but I don't know. I forgot his YouTube name. Yeah, I know you guys did a collab. So, yes, definitely subscribees to Mad Chatter right now. Show him some loving. Check out his videos. If you guys are going to bed tonight, give him a listen. I think you'd really enjoy him. Okay, let's go ahead and get some sleeps for now. Lucid Lupus. Yeah, that's it. Lucid Lupus. Dude, Lucid Lupus. You want to talk about somebody that's good at doing voice impressions? That motherfucker right there. He's got, dude. I think he's like maybe 17 or 18, but he's so fucking funny. We always get on Snapchat and just go back and forth. You didn't have to, bro. I know, but you know, I'm not saying like, oh, because you paid me, I'm gonna say, you know, but no, definitely, guys. Okay, I gotta get some rest. I gotta get some sleep. I'm so tired. Golly, fuck, dude. I'm gonna pass out as soon as I hit that bed. Hopefully I don't wake up Violet, because that always happens. Anyways, I'm carrying this on for far too long. I'm gonna play the outro here. And special thanks to my Patreons, by the way, real quick. I haven't done this a little bit on stream. You know what? I don't know if that's updated yet. I think I have to update that second list. The timer came back on. That's so funny. All right, good night, guys.